John Corpusalo recalled? Is he going to play in one of these back-to-backs?
I'm not sure. Bob goes tonight, but Corpy's here.
You got a goalie injured?
Mac is hurt. Out for a while. Yeah.
When did he get hurt in practice?
Out of the season?
Excuse me?
Is he out for the season?
Not sure.
John, you enter another game tonight, which is similar to a lot of these in the stretch. How do you clean up some of the sloppiness you were unhappy with the other night?
Well, we only gave them 8 chances against, scoring chances against. I don't think we played with enough bite. I don't think we played hard enough. As I said after the game, and I think my assessment was correct after I watched the game the next day, I don't think we were a bad, lazy, sloppy team. I don't think we were there, but I don't think we were an intense, sharp team with some jam, as we've had for quite a while here. So we got caught in between there. We didn't play well enough. As I said, we had 10 chances, they had 8. That explains how the game was played by both teams. So we're going to move by it and hopefully get back to the way we're supposed to play.
This team likes to, the Devils like to slow things down and kind of make you earn your opportunities. Can you get that jam back playing that style of game?
Well, when you play this team here, and it's something that I think it's kind of reared its head a little bit here the past couple of games, where I think we've gotten better. It's a game of patience, and where you don't open yourself up. You play your game. You try to push it. I think a big part of our game is being physical and playing underneath the hash marks, but you don't put yourself in a situation where you get frustrated because things aren't happening, because they're going to defend well. You can't lose your patience because maybe you're just not getting the results in the minutes that you're playing. And then you get a little crazy, do something stupid, and you open yourself up and bang, they score, or maybe 1 or 2, or whatever it may be. It's a good test for us tonight, and where we want to play at a higher pace and with more jam, but also have some wherewithal about being a patient hockey club too.
John, can you share what went into your decision, or U.S. Hockey's decision, to make John Hines part of your staff here down at White tonight?
Well, Johnny Hines is very well respected in USA Hockey. I think he's gained tremendous respect in this league as far as the job he's done with your team this year. I don't know him that well. When I was going through, myself, Dean, Berkey, all of us, the whole management staff, and we were talking about other coaches, I talked to other people on Heinze to try to get some information. I had a couple of conversations with him. I just hear nothing but good things about him, and I think he'll bring some fresh ideas. I think USA Hockey needs, at this level here, Olympics and this level here, some different faces and a different perspective. And I just liked everything when I talked to him and everything I heard about him, along with getting information from Dean and Homer and all those guys, and I thought it would be a good fit, and I really look forward to working with him.
John, this homestand here in March ends with not maybe the success you had in February. What's missing? What's been missing in these games here at home that you had in February?
Well, just as I answered your question earlier, I just think we were. I don't want to put a blanket on because we've lost a couple. I just look at the last game against Detroit where we played like we were out of it this year. And it's the first time I've really seen our team play that way, that we know we're out of it, and we lost a little bit of our juice. That's what bothers me about the last game. Even though we lost a couple others, I still thought we were right there. That Tampa game, we're right there. But as I answered earlier in this press conference, that we lost our patience. You give up 2 shorthanded goals, and but we played hard. We gathered ourselves in the second period, and I thought we were coming, but we didn't get it done. But the last game, I thought from beginning of the game to the end that we played like just not enough emotion. And that's the road we can't go down on. We have a dozen games left. We know we're out, but you need to handle it the right way. You need to keep the integrity of the league in mind here, because we're playing teams that are involved in races. And I've been on the other side of it. When you watch a team play a team that you're hoping they beat because maybe you get in, you need to have some professionalism here. And so that's the message for tonight. There's not pressure on us, but there's pressure to do it the right way. And we can't go down any further than we did the other night against Detroit down that road.
And you want to play the rest of the way, you got to keep Tortorella active. If Curtis is out for a while, how do you handle this? Tortorella come up and down, is Anton come up and down?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We'll go game by game, but we certainly want Bob to get to work, but we're certainly worried about keeping Corpy developing correctly. Again, this just happened yesterday, and we'll make our decisions accordingly. I think we'll be able to handle it the right way, and where he's getting enough work. The biggest thing for Corpy is to get a long playoff run down there in that American League. It's such a great training ground for all people. So he'll be a big part of that.
There's two lower body, upper body.
Who?
Curtis, when the injury is.
He hurt his knee. He hurt his knee, and I can say that. I mean, he's going to be out for a while, and they'll have more. I think you guys will give him more information later today. Yep.
John, I know you're concentrating on this game, but what is the significance of 1,000 games?
Oh, Tommy, you had to ask that, right? And I don't want to be rude in not answering the question because I'm fortunate, and that's what mostly comes to my mind, is to be given the opportunities to be in it this long, in a great sport and with great people. That's where I'm fortunate, and as I was talking the other day about it, there are so many good people, so many good coaches out there that haven't even had a chance to coach their first one in this league that should get an opportunity and may never will. That's where I'm grateful, is I've been given multiple opportunities to work with players, to work with management and teams along the way here, and other guys haven't. So I count my blessings there, and just being around the players. It's been my whole life, my whole adult life here, is to be in a locker room. I can't explain how gratified I am about that. I guess that's the best way to put it.
How did you get into coaching, John? I'm sorry, how did you get into coaching?
Oh, shit, you guys. When I was in that mess of when I was in, what was it called back? It was the Atlantic Coast Hockey League back in Vinton, Virginia. Henry Brabham, who was a tremendous man, who kept that league alive when it was the Atlantic Coast Hockey League, went to the All-American Hockey League. I think he owned 4 of the teams at a point in time when there were 5 teams in the league. You would not have the East Coast Hockey League right now if it wasn't for Henry Brabham and a couple other pillars down there at that time trying to keep that alive. I played for him, badly injured my knee, couldn't play anymore, and he asked me to coach. And I was having so much fun being single, on the buses, doing all the things you do in buses in between games and having a ball. And never did I think about coaching until he gave me an opportunity, and then it just grew from there, and I just fell in love with it. So Henry Brabham has been he gave me a huge chance to start, and Henry's struggling a little bit out there in Virginia right now, but that stubborn son of a bitch is still kicking, and I owe a lot to him.
Tootin status for this weekend?
Toots is, he's probable for tonight. Is that kind of a football term? He's probable for tonight, yes.
John, since we're talking about history, Oliver Bjorkstrand's dad was telling us that you guys were teammates in Maine.
Yes.
Reconnected on that? Do you have any memories?
I had a chance to sit down. Yeah, he was a wise ass. I was a senior, and I think he was a freshman at that time, and he could play. Yeah, he was a talented guy, and he and I when he was in Denmark, and I'm not sure where I was coaching, but we reconnected there. We sent playbooks back, drill books and stuff back and forth to one another. Then we lost touch for a little bit here. I had an opportunity yesterday. It was great. We sat down for about 20, 25 minutes because he was at practice and reconnected a little bit. And he was a hard-working coach. He was a really good player, really skilled. And, just makes you feel so old when you reconnect and stuff like that. Now I'm coaching his son, so good man. Really excited about as I watched Oliver play some of the things he did, especially early. I think I screwed him up a little bit with changing the lines a little bit too much. I'm going to try to keep my lines together, but really excited about seeing his son progress and being part of it.
You see similarities between the father and son as far as style?
Well, I've only seen Oliver play just that 60-minute game, but I can see the skating. That's what I was impressed with Oliver. He skates on top of the ice. Todd was the same way. Todd was a cerebral, he was a finesse guy back in those days in the university. But you got to give me more time, Rim, to see all of them. Really, the thing I liked about our kids the other night, all of them, Chappie's been here, he's played a few, but Oliver and Ramage and, Falker's been here. But when I watched those two, there was no... They weren't timid at all. You could tell right from then. That's what I wanted to watch. Not so much what they did during the game. Of course, you're interested, but I just wanted to see were they timid, and they just stepped right in. And Ramage, I think one of his first shifts, he got the puck, and he could have just rimmed it and got rid of it. Held on to it, looked the guy off, and hit a guy on his tape, and we're out of the end zone. Those are the little things I like seeing when young players come up and see if they're just, is it too much for them right now? So Oliver stays for a little bit here, and we'll keep on progressing. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnson.